Hello everyone. This is the part 2 of steering systems. In this presentation, we are going to discuss about the steering gearboxes, the different types of gearboxes, and the power steering system. Steering gear. If the steering wheel is connected directly to the steering linkage, it would require a great effort to move the front wheels. Therefore, a steering gear is used. The steering gear is a device for converting the rotary motion of the steering wheel into straight line motion of the linkage with a mechanical advantage. That is, this steering gear converts the turning motion of the steering wheel into the to and fro motion of the link rod of the steering linkage. Moreover, it also provides the necessary leverage so that the driver is able to steer the vehicle without fatigue. To assist the driver, a reduction system is used having a steering ratio. Steering ratio is nothing but the ratio between the turn of the steering wheel in degrees and the turn of the wheel in degrees. Generally, the steering ratio will be ranging from 10 is to 1 to 24 is to 1. The actual value depends upon the type and weight of the vehicle. There are many types and makes of steering gears used in automobiles. Some important ones are discussed. The working of other types are also very similar. Worm and wheel steering gear. The figure on the left hand side shows you a simplified diagram of the worm and wheel steering gear. As you can see in the diagram, it has got a steering shaft, worm wheel, and a drop arm. The movement of the steering wheel or the steering shaft turns the worm, which in turn drives the worm wheel. A drop arm is rigidly attached to the wheel spindle so that the rotation of the steering wheel corresponds to a linear motion of the drop arm end, which is in turn connected to a link rod. Sometimes in place of a worm wheel, only a sector is used. As you can see on the figure on the right hand side, only a part of the worm, a sector is used. But a complete wheel has an advantage over the later, that in case of any backlash due to the wearing out of the teeth of the worm and the worm wheel, this can be easily adjusted if it is a complete wheel. And generally, the worm wheel is mounted over an eccentric bush. That is, when the teeth have worn out, to adjust it, that is to bring it together, this is done by rotating the bush through a certain angle. The next type is worm and nut type of steering gear. The working is very similar to that of worm and worm wheel. The construction of the worm and nut type of steering gear is as shown in the figure. Again, this consists of a steering wheel, worm, and instead of the worm wheel, here a nut has been provided and a drop arm has been attached to the nut. The steering wheel rotation rotates the worm, which in turn moves the nut along its length. This causes the drop arm end to move linearly, further moving the link rod and thus steering the wheels. Next is recirculating ball type steering gear. The figure shows you the simplified diagram of recirculating ball type of steering gear. This type of steering gear was widely used earlier in the automobiles. It consists of a worm at the end of the steering rod as shown in the figure. A nut is mounted on the worm with two sets of balls in the groove of the worm and in between the nut and the worm. The balls reduce the friction during the movement of the nut on the worm. The nut has a number of teeth on outside which mesh with the teeth on a worm wheel sector, on which is further mounted on the drop arm, which steers the road wheels through the link rod and the steering arms. When the steering wheel is turned, the balls in the worm roll in the groove and cause the nut to travel along the length of the worm. The balls which are in the second set are recirculated through the guides as shown. The movement of the nut causes the wheel sector to turn at an angle and actuate the link rod through the drop arm, resulting in the desired steering of the wheel. Rack and pinion steering gear. This type of steering gear is used mostly on light vehicles like cars and also in assisting in power steering systems. This is one of the most widely used steering gears also because of its simplicity, light and responsiveness. It also occupies very small space and uses less number of linkage components compared to the worm and wheel type of gear. The figure shows you the rack and pinion type of steering gear. The rotary motion of the steering wheel is transmitted to the pinion of the steering gear through the universal joint, which is not shown here. The pinion is in mesh with the rack. The circular motion of the pinion is transferred into a linear rack movement, which is further relayed through the ball joints and tie rod to the stub axles for the wheels to be steered. Coming to the power steering systems, a very large amount of torque is required to be applied by the driver for steering medium and heavy vehicles. So in these cases, the power steering system provides automatic assistance to the turning effort applied to the manual steering system. Generally, power systems are designed to become operative when the effort at the steering wheel exceeds the predetermined value. The system is always so designed that in event of the failure of power steering system, the driver is able to steer the vehicle manually, although with increased effort. And please note, power steering system helps in reducing the human effort. It has got nothing to do with the angular moment of the wheels with respect to the steering wheel. Generally, there are two types of power steering systems. The first one is called as the hydraulic power steering system, and second one is electric power steering system. The figure on the slide shows you the schematic representation of an hydraulic power steering system. Here you have a hydraulic pump assembly, or what is shown as power steering pump in the figure. You have pressure hose assemblies or pressure tubes, as you can see in the figure again, and the control valves, hydraulic pistons and pinion gear, etc. The power steering systems are operated by fluid under pressure. The fluids usually used are the oils. The system operates under fairly high pressure. The principle of working of all power steering systems are same. The slight movement of the steering wheel actuates a valve so that the fluid under pressure from the reservoir enters on the appropriate side of the cylinder, thereby applying pressure on one side of the piston to operate the steering linkage, which steers the wheel in the appropriate direction. Electric power steering system. Generally, electric power steering system works with the help of an electric motor and a control unit which has multiple sensors to sense various inputs. The motor runs on the battery and uses the electric power to assist the movement of the steering when the driver turns the wheel. As you can see in the figure, the yellow arrow shows the mechanical energy and the red arrow shows you the electrical energy. Starting with the driving wheel, the driver inputs the torque, which is converted at the rack and pinion. The electronic torque sensor sends the signals to the computer, and the computer reads the vehicle speed from the sensor, and if there is a demand, on-demand electric power is drawn from the charging system, and the computer sends the torque command to the motor, and the motor creates the assist torque, which is transmitted to the rack screw, and finally the rack screw converts the assist torque to assist the driver's force. So this is how the electric power steering system works. So when we compare the hydraulic power steering system and the electric power steering system, generally the electric power steering system is more preferred because of the following reasons. The first thing is the absence of leakage in electric power steering system. The weight and the space consumed is more in hydraulic power steering system, and with respect to the fuel economy also, in hydraulic power steering system, the power is extracted from the engine, so which obviously reduces the economy of the vehicle. But here in this electric power steering system, the electrical energy needed is drawn from the battery. So this is about the power steering systems. I hope that you have understood the various steering gears. If you have any queries regarding this, shoot a mail to hsrvcet@gmail.com. Thank you.